if you like to, we can start now. It's a
Yeah.
pleasure to have you on here, and I'm excited for your talk today.
Thank you. Thank you. We're good to go. Let's get started now.
Yeah, we can start now.
All right. Again, Coach Jorn, thank you so much for having me. And thanks for you guys to the guys that are here. I know that it's 11 o'clock now in Germany, so I appreciate you guys being here. Won't take too much of your time. So again, thanks for having me. My name is Coach Ignacio Urbina. That's too hard to pronounce. So everybody calls me Coach Iggy or Coach Ig. Before I start, man, I was told you got to know your audience. So I got to give a shout out to you guys and congrats on the Champions League's final there by Bayern Munich. So congrats to you guys if you got any Bayern Munich fans out there. I was watching the game, so it's exciting for you guys. So I work at Don Bosco Prep. All right, Don Bosco Prep's a high school. Coach Jorn's had plenty of coaches on here do these talks and these clinics. I've seen from different universities, whether it's D2, D3, D1. We're a high school program. We are, we take pride in our history for sure. We have a lot of players that have gone on to Division II, Division III, and Division I football. We currently have a few alumni that are playing in the NFL even, right? And Al-Qadim Muhammad, he's starting defensive end for the Indianapolis Colts. Tommy Sweeney's a tight end for the Buffalo Bills. We've got Leonte Carew, who's with the Dolphins. So we've got a couple of guys that have made it into the league, and so we're proud of that. And so even though it's high school football, but it's one of the best in the country. We're a 15-time state champions here in the state of New Jersey since we started the football program. We're 2-time national champions in 2009 and 2011. Just a little background. Our Twitter here is at DBP_football on Twitter if you guys want to follow. And like I said, my name is Coach Ig Urbina. I'm the offensive coordinator there at Don Bosco Prep. And that's my Twitter handle there, Coach Ig Urbina, if you guys want to follow. Again, thank you guys so much for having me. I think it's so cool that we're able to do this at an international level and talk football, both X's and O's, talk about, how to make the game better and talk about how to build relationships with our kids. It's a special thing for sure. So, today's topic that I'm going to cover, is just something simple. It's incorporating the jet sweep into your run concepts. All right. You can even obviously incorporate into some of your pass concepts, but how to tie in your different run concepts and have a jet sweep off of it, whether it's a fake jet sweep or you're actually giving the jet sweep. The first thing we'll do is we'll work inside out. So we'll work inside zone, pairing the inside zone with the jet sweep. The first thing I'll say is that you got to make sure that you have the personnel to do this. So the jet sweep, it can be an explosive play for an offense for sure. I would just say that if it's got to fit your personnel, right? So the things that you want to do obviously need to fit the abilities of your student athletes, the athletes on your team. Because if you try to make them do something that they're just not good at, right? It's just not going to look clean. It's not going to be as effective for you, and it's going to be an expensive thing to take time from practice to teach, right? So you're always looking at, okay, how much time do we want to invest practicing something, as opposed to something else that could be better for us. So every single year you have to reevaluate what you can do. This past season, we were lucky to have two guys in Kyle Monangai, this running back right here, who is now a freshman at Rutgers University, and Jalen Berger, who was an All-American, and he is now a freshman at the University of Wisconsin. We have two guys that were very explosive and were able to make the jet sweep very effective. And so for us, for example, in inside zone here, what made this so effective for us was the fact that it forced the defense to defend the width of the field at the same time having to defend the middle here, right? That vertical threat, all right, inside. So, when we ran inside zone, we would pair it up, and you kind of both of these players were so explosive that you really had to be sound in what you did, and sometimes you would have to almost make a choice as to picking your poison. So, this is inside zone. This is Z Bolt. So, for Z Bolt tag for us is it's a dummy jet sweep. So we're just going to send him in motion and run the jet sweep here. This player here, he's the F in our system. All right, and his tag is arc read. So we're gonna arc the C gap player. So we're gonna arc this defensive end here, okay, and he's gonna go out to the next linebacker, okay, and we're gonna continue to give this look, all right, so that the quarterback could always read this defensive end. He could always pull the ball and run. He could throw the bubble. This jet sweep would become the bubble afterwards. So right now in this case, like I said, it's a dummy jet call, so we're just going to run regular inside zone. So I'll play that for you. We put him in motion. We snap it right before he gets there. The timing is crucial. All right, so we always tell the quarterback that you want to snap the ball just about when the player in the jet sweep motion here is just getting to our tackle here. And that takes timing and mesh and practice because, different guys have different speeds. All right, Jalen wasn't the only one that would run the jet sweep. Some guys would be a little slower or a little faster. All right, so you see what the jet sweep motion does to first this defensive end, right? He great player. This player is now a freshman at Penn State. The league we play in is a very competitive league. So it just kind of, if we slow motion it here, he flies out with it, which now leaves, a nice lane for the inside zone. Not only does he move out there, but if you guys notice, keep an eye on the backers here, okay, the linebackers. They tend to bump with the jet sweep. And in essence, that's such a big thing now with inside zone. It gives our linemen great angles to block up front, even with the dummy call, because it has to be respected. So on this particular play, that's a solid run. We get 6 yards. We tell our running backs, hey, hit your aiming points. If you get 6 yards on a play, that's great. All right, if you get 3, that's great. If it's 4, that's great. Keep hammering away. Eventually, one's going to pop. So just stay disciplined on your aiming points and your landmark. All right, I think I got the back cut here for you too. Okay, so you can see didn't snap it at the tackle, but again, Jalen was real fast, so our quarterback had great chemistry with him and great rhythm, and he knew how to work and how to time it. So he got very good at this. All right, so if you can mesh it correctly, you can also see right here, these backers don't know who has the ball yet, right? It's hidden. All right, so if I'm on the backside, I'm not sure who has it. So it's tough because essentially your defense for a split second there is playing blind. So you've got 3 defenders out here, okay? We're running inside zone to the right here. So we're doubling, getting off to this, down on this line, doubling here, climbing. So we have numbers now to the inside zone. Right up the middle, just how you like it. Like I said, 6 yards. All right, same game. We run the same play, again, just to kind of show that look to the defense. Once again, we're reading number 4 here to the field. As you can see, the jet sweep motion takes him outside and, again, creates a nice little lane for our running back. All right, to get through there. And now we have a nice big gain of 23. And if you guys have any questions at all, you guys at any point can just, either jump in. You can unmute your mic and jump in and ask a question, or ask me to pause it, or you can send a question through the chat there.
Yeah, Coach. I have one question. How do you read the end?
When we call Z bolt, like on this particular play here, so we're just letting him go, right? So we tell the quarterback, so on this jet sweep, even though we're not giving it to him, he's supposed to turn into the bubble. So what we say to the quarterback is, if this defensive end, if he bends down the line, you can pull this ball, and now you're running, and you have a bubble out here, right? Or this bubble here, right? If the end goes up the field, all right, then it's an automatic give. You give here because the jet sweep would run into this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, got you.
Now we have, like, for the jet sweep in particular, we have a predetermined call for it. So that's very hard on the jet sweep. This is coming so fast that we can't have the quarterback read it. Like so we'll say, hey, on this play you're going to give it because we'll these plays set it up. You know what I mean? So here, again, we're not giving it, but now he has the freedom to read this, the quarterback. So since this number 4 played outside, the quarterback's just going to automatically give. Had number 4 bent here, we've got a lead blocker outside for this, and now it essentially becomes, option football. The quarterback now has it, and he could attack the next defender and put him in conflict. And either keep it and run or pitch it to the back.
Mm-hmm. Got you, coach.
All right, I didn't have the back cut of that for some. I apologize for some reason. I thought I had it. All right, so now we have Zorro. So now the tag Zorro means that this jet, there's no more read. This jet sweep is going to get it. Okay, we're still going to follow on our path. We tell the back here, the running back, when you don't have the ball, your automatic rule is to bounce it. All right, so the rule is here, bounce to just take a linebacker a half step with you. Okay, the F here is still doing his job as he was on the last play. We're still letting this player go. And now because we showed him two times before that we gave it, we're hoping that he kind of just sits here and we go out and block him. And now we're out to the races. Okay, it's not always clean. This, like I said, this guy was also a very special guy. All right, he could run. It doesn't hurt to have that kind of talent. He'll make some things, he'll clean a lot of things up for you. But you'll see here, now we just give, same motion, and now he gets outside of this and he can outrun this end. So our F here didn't do a great job of sealing this, but got just enough where he just ran right by him. You know what I mean? Like I said, Jalen was a special guy. And then these guys become very important on the outside. These guys, he's taught to run off, and then as soon as this player starts to bite down because he realizes he's got a run responsibility, we stay on it and now block it up. And he does that. You can see it up top here. He's fighting. That's a good job. We tell him, hey, that's a good job fighting. So we pick up 12 and a first down here driving. We end up scoring on this drive here. All right, here's the backside of it. See, now if you see, because we hit the inside zone before, you see this backer, he doesn't rock with the jet sweep motion. Now he stays. And now he's, that helps us because, again, we're getting outside of this. We have one less player in pursuit there. Like if you see his eyes, he's still looking inside, ball's out here. Looking inside, ball's out here. So, again, once you set it up, it can be very effective. All right, so now we come right back to it later on in the next drive. Again, the original play, Z bolt. So we're not going to give the jet sweep. We're just going to give the inside zone. Now number 4, you see him here. Number 4 starting to get a little bit of a feel for it. So it's still a little too fast for him. He's able to get a hand on Kyle, but Kyle gets up there for, again, 3 yards. That's okay. 3 yards is all right with us. That's a good play. See it from the back cut again. All right, so meshing and timing, very, very important, like I said before. All right, now we're driving, and now we call the same play again, but now it's Zorro. Now we're going to give the jet sweep to him. Again, look what it does to these defenders out here. Since they've seen this all game, it really freezes them for just a second, for just long enough for us to get inside of it. Luke does a great job. This is like I said, our F. We're arcing this defender right here. We're leaving him, and Luke is out on him. Our F. Perfect. That's all we need to do. Again, if you see now the defensive end, he doesn't know what to do. It's tough to react. It's a bang, bang play. It's happening fast. And Luke, our F here, this is a great block. He doesn't knock him over. He just gets in his way. And we tell our running backs and anyone who has the ball in our offense, we tell him, hey, make your blockers right. Okay, so never run to an unleveraged block. So Jalen does a great decision here of sticking his foot in the ground and taking the crease. The worst thing you could do is to string this out as far as you can go, because now he's got leverage to this side. Sometimes it happens, but if you got the inside crease, take it. Again, from the back cut, you can see what it does to this defensive end here, what it does to freeze him there. And again, since this linebacker here has seen this the whole game, it freezes him just enough inside where he's stuck and he's got to make a decision. And you essentially get your feet stuck in the mud there and you can't make a play.
Got a question there, Coach.
Sure.
So it's an actual rule. The jet guy has the option to go inside if you can't seal the edge, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Like he has the freedom to either, I mean, you can take it all the way out here, which we do later on, you'll see, and we did before. But he's got to be enough of an athlete to, at some point, we say, hey, stick your foot in the ground and get vertical.
Okay.
And get vertical.
Because that's a problem I had with my version of a jet sweep. I do this with slot receivers, and we always had the problem. I tried to reach the defensive line with the whole offensive line. And some guys in our league are lining way outside, so
they're all the way out here.
Yeah, so we can't get a reach. So I tell them, take your block and just show an angle, so the runner of the ball has to read it. Yeah, and then it took some time to coach the slot receivers to read and block like in running back. If the block is here, turn up, and if the block is to the outside, read the blocker's ass and go the other way.
Yeah, we always tell our receivers, because our F here in the box, our right here, he's going to West Virginia State. He's a receiver, but he's strong enough where he can play in the box and block in space a little bit. So we tell our receivers, when you're blocking in space, take your defender where he wants to go, right? So if he wants to fly outside, fine. Take his inside shoulder and take him there. It's now his responsibility to make you right. So if he keeps running all the way out here, it's not going to be a good play. But if he's got the ability to, and it's hard to do, but if he's got the ability, he has enough depth to get your foot on the ground and get vertical, then you're good.
Yeah, that matches with my experience. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right, so it was the backside. All right, so same thing. Here we go. It's just now it's Z bull. So it's a dummy call. We're just running inside zone again. All right, and now because now we've hurt them so much now on 2 plays here, we scored a touchdown on it, that they're going to give a little bit. Now you really can start working defenses. So now we had, if you look at these front side backers here, if we look at these linebackers, they're hesitating. They're not flying downhill because they're not sure what to do. And just that half second, being hesitant for a half second in football, we always say, there's a saying we use it, if you think, you stink, right? So if you're thinking too much, you're going to play a lot slower, and you're not going to be as efficient as what you need to do. And now we hit it. Now we crease it for a big time play up the middle. Now, this is a great football team that we're playing against here. In this game, this scheme worked. We saw them again in the state semifinals, and I'll tell you right now, like, this did not work because they were onto it. They got coached up properly on it. So we had to find different ways to win the game, and we did. It was a defensive battle. We won the game 10-8, sloppy game, but we found a way to win. So that's obviously the beauty of football, is that what works one day is not going to work the next day. All right, same thing on this play. We've got the inside zone. We already hit him with the jet sweep. We're going to do the fake jet sweep. We're going to give it to Kyle, and now Kyle's going to take it. Now, if you notice here, the difference is we're in the pistol here, all right? And what the pistol does is the pistol, the defenses can't manipulate where they want, to place certain linemen, whether it's a 3 technique, if they like to put the 3 technique away from the back. In inside zone, this is a kind of a side note. If we're running inside zone, let's say to the right here, okay, then our back and quarterback open up to the right, because since we run read, we want to read the backside end. In this case, we're going odd. We're going this way. Okay, we're running to the left, so he's going to open up this way so that we can read this front side end. And that's just in the pistol. And now we give it to Kyle. Kyle slips inside, makes the back cut. We got a flag there for celebrations by one of our receivers. That's never good. He got extra conditioning the next day. All right, now, new opponent. This is St. Peter's Prep, another great team. They're ranked preseason #1 in New Jersey. We lost to them in the state championship last year, 21-14, close game. Okay, we ran, if you look at the play numbers, we ran on play 134, we ran the same formation, right? But this time, we ran it out of twins here. All right, so twins, we have tight end to the boundary, twin receivers to the top, and our wing here, all right, which is that same player from before that was on the outside block. So we're going to run, we're in the pistol. All right, we're going to run Zeke inside zone and the jet sweep. We're going to give the inside zone though on this. All right, we want inside zone to the right. Again, 55, this player right here, without the jet sweep, he's making the play. We're arcing him, right? But if you see, the jet sweep makes him stutter right there. It just makes him stutter for a half second, which allows our back to get up there and make a run for 11. This kid is a tough runner, man. Kyle Monunga is at Rutgers. He's very, very tough. So this is play 134. The very next play, you'll see what happens. This is just the back cut. Again, him stuttering here. The jet sweep causes him to influence him just a little bit. The backer, this backer here, he's out here just a little bit. That's the beauty of the jet sweep, is like those little hesitations that they cause for a defense. Now, in the very next play, we run the same play, but this time we're going to give, and just watch what it does to number 55, who's a phenomenal player in his own right. You know, just the scheme is what it is. He's got offers from Notre Dame. He's got offers from all the major colleges in the country. Just watch what it does to him. We're going to give this. He doesn't know where the ball is because it just hits so fast. Not a great carry out by our running back. But again, just see what it does to the player. You know, he's not sure who has it. He looks here. He looks one back. So like I said, it can be a really, really effective tool. We scored on this drive to go up. Again, another tight game. They beat us. They scored on their last drive to beat us. And then in 2-minute drill, they intercepted the ball on us. So this is against St. Peter's now in the state championship at MetLife, where the Giants and the Jets play. So here we have same thing, same team. We're just running same formation. We're running the Z-bolt. We're running the inside zone. Kyle was hurt. You can see the tape. So you'll see him limp a little bit, but still, again, look what the motion, look what the jet motion does to this linebacker, which allows the cutback here. It completely takes them out of their responsibilities on the backside in the run game and allows Kyle to get a good play. Again, that's what the jet sweep does. All right, and now again, same formation. This time we're going to give the jet sweep inside zone. We get numbers. You know, we arc this. We're going to arc this end here. We're going to leave him alone. All right, and we're these two for these two. You know, and we're hoping that our running back does the rest, or our receiver in this case. Unfortunately, we get a holding call here, which it was a hold 100% by number 10. But again, just a very effective play. That was a big time call. That brought us back to 3rd and long, and we couldn't convert, and it brought us out of field goal range. So that was a big play. All right, again, this is against Bergen Catholic. This is probably our biggest rival. A lot of fun. This is the first time we played them in the regular season. Same play, Twins wing. We get a nice edge. Again, we're gonna let the edge go here, okay, and we're gonna arc for him and for him. And it slows those players down just a little bit. All right, so now that was the inside zone. Now we run the mid zone. Do you guys run a lot of mid zone out there? It's in between outside zone and inside zone. The blocking's a little bit different. Our linemen are going to step to their gap at a 45-degree angle. We didn't do a whole lot of this. I only have a few clips to show you. But same thing, effective. And we'd we'd run one way, and then we'd arc the. So this is again back to that same game. This time we've got Jalen, the player who was running the jet sweeps before. He's in the backfield, and the player that was running the inside zone, he's as the slot receiver. This time we're gonna just lead it. So we're just gonna push here, lead on him, and Jalen also gets involved in the run game as another lead blocker. We always tell him if he's a lead blocker, he makes believe like he has the ball in his hands. So his path is independent of him. So if he sees this skate all the way out and he can get inside of it, get vertical like we were talking before, he's going to do that with his eyes inside and pin anything coming from the other way. And Kyle does, again, that Jalen does just that. If you see him, he gets up inside there. Kyle actually follows him, sticks his foot in the ground, and gets in it. All right, for a good push, 8-yard play. Again, that's a successful run. Yeah, we do have the – so you'll see as this skates out, our running back will just take it up here as if he had the ball and gets to the next linebacker. All right, same play. It's the mid zone. All right, the Y is off here. Now, in this case, he's the Y, not the F. All right, we're going to run the mid zone to it. So everyone's pushing to their gap here. Not Sam, not a full reach, but pushing to their gap and whatever shows. All right, he's out here on this. There's nobody left here. There's a lot of green, so this should be a good play for us. Kyle this time is the lead blocker, the running back. And we just take it. This time we get inside, and then we go outside again. All right, so we get inside this block, and now get vertical to the corner. Again, you can see, if you guys just take a look, and I know that he's not on my team, but again, Penn State player, he's to the boundary. Look where he comes from to try to make a play. He's all the way back here, and this guy can move, and he almost makes a play. So we're facing, Division I talent week in, week out in our league. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. You really have to do your homework on other teams and find ways to win and get creative to score points. And it's hard. It can be hard in this league for sure. All right, so this is I mixed this in as a this should be inside zone. I apologize, guys, but just to go back, now we're running insert. Insert is just this. It's inside zone. We're going this way. He's going to stay big on this, okay? If there's a 3 technique to the back, he'll stay big on this, and our wing will insert for this backside backer. And using the jet sweep, again, he walks out a little bit. It makes his block that much easier because it influences those backers. And now he's able to get up in it. Unfortunately, we didn't do our job on the front side, so we don't get a big play out of it. But just again, to show you the influence that the jet sweep has. On this backer out here, and now we're able to fold block it. All right, and we just don't block it up front up nice, but again, you can see how that the jet sweep really does do wonders for influencing backers and giving you guys good angles to block up front. All right, now we'll work the outside zone with the jet sweep. Sometimes we could push it, full flow where everybody's blocking to the right. We did variations of that. So here in this case, we're going to lead it. So the difference between the mid zone and outside zone for us is that on the backside we can pin and pull. All right, so he could pin here, and the guard could pull for the front side with his eyes inside. So you'll see that as opposed to before we were going to have that. Again, same thing. He's leading out here. He's leading out here. And again, our runners do a great job of just finding creases and going. That's what we preach. Full flow. All right, same thing. Now we're just going the other way. And again, our back here is told to, on the lead block, if he sees color, he can chip it, help put the defender back on a block, and then continue on to the next defender. All right, for a gain of 14 there. All right, so now we have, again, jet sweep. We're under center. Jet sweep going here, but we're running outside zone this way. Again, gets guys to push, 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 safety push. And we get a nice crease again. All right, you see the backside. So you'll see guys come into your picture and where everybody runs, and now they got to stop on a dime. Now, first, this player was out of the picture at first. He's not in. This is the tight end. And now he's in the picture. So now he makes this an easier block for our tight end to get up on it. Safety's rolling over. So now everyone's got to stop on a dime and then come back, which again is not a good position for a defender to be in, going one way and then having to come back the other way. All right, and now this was what we got into towards the end of the year. This is the state semifinals at our place against Bergen Catholic again. All right, we're running Sam. We're showing Sam at outside zone action here, okay? But we're going to arc, again, we're going to arc this defender and block the outside overhang, and we're going to give the jet sweep. The jet sweep under center is very, very hard to defend. It's hard to also implement because it takes a lot of timing for mesh, because you want to make everything look the same. But when you do mesh it up the right way, like we did in this picture, it leads to big plays. It makes defenders really frozen in their shoes there. So we're going to send him in motion. We're going to give him the ball, and he's out of there for a big play. Again, he's a special guy, right? So with someone like him, you really got to use him in space and just let him do his thing. And he goes untouched for 82 yards. So that's stuff we started getting into late at the end of the season there. And really paid off for us here. All right, I'll show you the back cut now in a second, but this guy can fly. This backside corner here, a very good player as well. He's got offers to Michigan, all the Big Ten schools. Like I said, there's talent all over the field. So here's the back cut of it. See what it does. We're arcing this player. We're arcing this defender. You can see what it does to him. When he sees the full reach by the tackle, he's gonna fly down, and that's what we want. We're leaving him unblocked. So if he goes up the field, the play is dead. But because of the influence of the block on the reach here, we got a clean block on this overhang. All right, and we're out to the races. See what it does to him. He's down, and he doesn't know that who has the ball here. If you see what it does to number 8, this linebacker, he's outside, then back in, and then back outside. Again, not going to allow you to play fast. So he's inside and now back outside. And we're out. So with this play, we went up 17-7, and then we scored one more time to win 24-7. Right now, we also use it with power a little bit. We run power read a lot. This is the first game of the season for us, playing out against, we're Don Bosco Prep. We played against St. John Bosco out in California. They won the national championship. They were the number 1 team. They had talent all over the field. This guy's going to Ohio State. This guy's going to UCLA. This guy's going to USC. They were speed everywhere. So we had to kind of just find creative ways again to get on the edge. So in power read, we're going to read him. All right. We're going to down block, down this to the next backer. Guard's going to pull, eyes inside. All right. Our quarterback's reading this end. If he wants to fly up the field, he's going to pull it and keep it right up the middle. Okay. If the end spills it, then he's going to give it and we're going to get outside. All right. And by getting outside now, our F is onto the next blocker because we're arcing that end. So it's only a 4-yard gain, but again, the jet sweep, we're running the fake jet sweep this way to rock the backers and give our blockers better angles. So already you can see how it takes number 27 out of the picture there. And now it allows, instead of him having to block him out here, now he can really get out here with some speed. All right, so we end up getting a good play. We don't block it up front right, all right, because they should be downing this to this backer. He should be pulling, he shouldn't be touching this end here, and he does. So we lose them. They get to the backside backer. He rolls and should be picking up this Mike linebacker here. And we don't do that. That's his block. That's number 78's block there. So we don't get it, but we still get it 4 yards. Like I said, 4 yards is a good run for us. That's what we preach to our offense. If you get 4 or 5 yards, 3-4 yards on a run, that's still good. See, here's the back cut. You get to see it, how the angles just get better to block everything. And then we run it again later on. This is against Pope John. Same concept. We weren't going to give the jet sweep because we didn't have anything blocking this. So for this particular play, like before, we could arc it and give it to him, and he was doing the same job. But here, we didn't have anyone backside here to go block these overhangs. All right, so they didn't want to say, they wanted to take away the jet sweep. So again, we never get to this backer. We never roll for him, but the jet sweep motion pulled or sucked him in enough where now he couldn't make a play to the outside. All right, and Kyle just does his thing. Again, you see 55 there on your screen. He sees the jet motion coming. All right, so his eyes are on him. He's looking here. So he's not, he can't play as fast as he wants to play because you don't know when it's going to hit or where it's going to hit or who's going to have the ball. All right, and then we also incorporated some counter concepts with the jet sweep whenever we would go empty. All right, and in counter, we didn't run true counter tray. We ran more counter follow. So in this case, all right, the guard is going to kick this end. He's going to kick him here, and then he's rolling. First color he sees, he kicks out. What we did, we were in empty formation here. We'd send him on the jet sweep, get everybody to rock just a little bit, and it was the quarterback kept it. So the quarterback would run behind the jet sweep. This is against Gonzaga High School out of Washington, D.C. When we played them, they were number 9 in the country. Last year, we were up 21-14, and then their quarterback kind of took over and had a great second half to that football game. We lost 35-21. So again, just the misdirection there. We get a good kick by the guard there on the end, and he has to roll. He's got to make this block, and we can roll for him. All right, we don't get it up front by the big fella there. He misses. He's going to Duquesne. Good player, just missed on this particular play. Otherwise, we would have had a much bigger play than we did. All right, you'll see it here. Not the greatest of timing. I don't think we were going full speed here, in my opinion. But if we kick like we do here, if we get him and we roll here, we got a great play. And unfortunately, you offensive guys know sometimes it's the woulda, shoulda, couldas of football, right? Where, it doesn't shake out the way you wanted it to. All right, same concept here. Okay, we got the bolt coming. All right, we're going to kick here, and we're going to roll. This time we get a much cleaner play. Not a great mesh. Not a great mesh there by the quarterback and the slot receiver there. But we get a nice play there. Again, you can see what it does to the defense, the jet sweep. All right, he's shooting the front side gap. He's here. We got a body out here. So now we have numbers running away from it. Our second puller is free. He's free, and now he's working to the safety. That's always a good thing to see. So like I said, not true counter tray, but if you can get that other blocker. Number 2 there was a good, like I said, he was our running back. He was a tough, solid kid. So we wouldn't hesitate to have him come out and block. But you love to see that his eyes are blocking. But again, the jet sweep allows for a lot of motion here. He's shooting front side now, pulls himself out of the play. All right, for the jet sweep, and that's those were the highlights of it, right? You know, I got plenty of clips where it also didn't work as well. But the main point really is that you know, and I'll share the screen if you guys have any questions and want me to go back anything. But the main point for the jet sweep is that some people fall in love with the jet sweep and they incorporate and they build their offense off of the jet sweep. I'm not of that mindset. I'm not saying that that's wrong. I just like the title of the whole thing, right? We just like the jet sweep to complement what we do. So we want to pound the ball, we want to run the ball, and then if we can get some misdirection going with the jet sweeps, okay, we can really use that to our advantages to create better blocking angles for our line up front. I think I had a question here, sorry, that I missed before. On a dummy jet sweep, is the player, after he's crossed the formation, looking back to the QB to get into the option relationship with him if he's kept the ball? So yes, in a perfect world, as the season went on, we started to kind of evolve from that to he would then become the bubble to work for the option. And again, it became something that we wanted to do. It just started to invest too much time in our practice. And like I said before, there were other things that we needed to get better at, and were more productive for us. But that's something that we've definitely been working on now in the off season for sure. Had another jet sweep question just now. How do you use the jet sweep in the whole picture for RPOs or play action? Great question. We use the play action when we have a tight end and a tight end and a fullback. We'll use that jet sweep to just kind of, come across the field, and we snap it and you time it up right, and it sucks defenders in, and now it frees up the post or the dig on certain concepts that we run. For our RPOs, we have an RPO with the mid zone where the mid zone's going one way, and on the backside, the two receivers are running double slants, and we're just reading that middle linebacker, that inside linebacker on the backside. If he flies in, we throw it. So sometimes we'll start off in 3-by-1 and jet sweep it away. So we just mesh it, and then we throw off the defenders if there's an open window. We've also used a double slant concept with a jet sweep coming from the other way, where now we fly here. If those backers fly out to the jet sweep, we throw the slant behind them. So yeah, that's the beauty of the jet sweep, is that it can complement both your run game, it can complement your play action game, your pass game, your RPO game, and we've done a little bit of everything. But with the run game is really where we excelled at it last year. And me as a coach, I just have to evolve as well and try to incorporate all the jet sweep in all of those facets to really put a defense on their heels and try to get the most out of it for sure. Anybody else have any questions? Again, if you want to unmute or if you want to send it into the chat. No? All right, so Coach Jordan, if no one has any other, oh, here we go. We got one more question. Sorry, you talked a little bit about running the jet sweep for the slot. Do you have some tips for the runner to set up the blocker? Good question. So the slot runner, that whoever's running your jet sweep, has to be a fast player, he has to be a very athletic player, because it's very hard to the instinct that everybody has is they want to take that jet sweep, they want to take the ball, and they want to run east and west, we say, right? Like left to right. And as an offense, that's just not effective when you have the ball in your hands. You don't want to be running this way. Eventually you want to stick your foot in the ground, like I said before, and get vertical. On that jet sweep, we always tell our guys, whether you're coming from the slot, whether you're coming from the outside, peek front side as you're getting there to just kind of set up your angles. So you can kind of see the momentum of the play developing. Just peek that front side and make your blockers right. So, if you see that, it's always attacking that weak side shoulder. So if you see a defender running away, like wanting to stretch you out, well, then stick your foot in the ground and attack that weak side shoulder. It may take some guys to have to throttle down a little bit and get up in it. Some guys have the ability or gifted enough to just kind of stop on a dime and turn and go up the field. It's hard to do. So definitely have to rep it. We'll rep like half the field sometimes, where we'll just give the jet sweep and we can work our stalk blocks out front. And we tell the defense, hey, come make a play. Like, we're not going to tell you where to go. And we just tell our receivers, our blockers, take them where they want to go. And it gets our jet sweep runners to just kind of visualize that same concept and make our blockers right. But it is hard. They got to, some guys got to throttle down. I say always peek it before you go, or on your way down towards the quarterback into the box where you're going to get the jet sweep. Just peek that front side where you're going to be going and try to start visualizing angles as they're happening just by the spacing of defenders on the field. All right, so the first key is the arc block. In that scheme, yeah, the first key is the arc block. Like a running back is reading outside zone, right, and read his outside shoulder. Are you talking about that defensive end that we're arcing and what we're reading?
No, the arc block on the linebacker.
The arc block. When he's arcing to the backer. Runner. Yeah. So you want to attack whatever shoulder's nearest to you, that near shoulder. So if he wants to stretch out with it, right? Like if that defender's flying out, then attack that inside shoulder that's to you, that near shoulder, and take him outside. Use his momentum to just take him outside for sure. Okay. If that backer kind of sits in the box a little bit, he doesn't expand with the jet sweep. Well, now you're attacking his outside shoulder because now you can pin him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So gotcha. You want to read his momentum where he's going, and you want to attack that near shoulder, whatever near shoulder that may be. If he's running outside, bang! It's whatever shoulder it is, use that shoulder.
And the read for the runner is like an outside zone. So we are reading.
It's just like it. Yeah, it's just like it. We say expand and puncture, right? Expand and puncture. You never want to just keep expanding. So yeah, it's just like that. First crease you see, take it. If you've got a lead blocker, like we had the arcing running back, and then we had also the running back as the second lead blocker. His cue is he's independent of both of them, of both the runner and the other blocker. So he's gonna imagine like he has the ball. So at some point he's gonna expand, eyes inside, and then as soon as he sees a crease, take it as if he has the ball with his eyes inside and hit the first color you see.
Okay, got you. Yeah, they were my questions. Any other questions left? I think we got everything covered that was in the chat box.
So we'll leave it at that. If you guys have any questions, if anything comes up, I shared my Twitter with you. I'll share it again if you guys want to reach out. That's my Twitter. You guys can DM me there. If there's a particular topic, I may not have the answer, but we could definitely do some research together and get an answer for you. But again, I thought this was great. I thought this was a great opportunity to get on with other coaches and learn from each other, right? Because even though I was the one doing most of the talking, if there's things that you guys do in terms of your jet sweep game that you like to do and are effective, by all means, shoot me an email. We'd love to talk about it. And again, just, learn from each other. This is a great thing here.
Yeah, Coach, I really appreciate you taking the time to present the information about the jet sweep. I think we can easily implement that into our schemes.
Yeah.
From my perspective, because we are running a lot of the scheme you presented us, like inside zone, outside zone, power counter, But we never use the fly sweep,
Yeah,
the jet sweep, like as a complement to our plays, and I think that's a really easy way to mess up the defense. So
yeah,
we are definitely will install that and try that out. And yes,
yeah.
Mitch, I will definitely come back to you and maybe ask you some other questions I have.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, the easiest way to implement it is to give that dummy call jet sweep because it might just help you. It just might help your base run game
Hmm.
better by creating better angles for your blockers. You know what I mean up front.
Yeah, that's right. So,
And then after you've hit that a couple times,
mhm.
then when you give it to that jet sweep guy who's usually the fastest guy on your team, hopefully it pays off for you. You know, and it could really frustrate a defense.
Yeah, that's right. Hopefully we can see that in the future. Maybe season in the fall or next spring. We will see when we are able to play. Yeah, but for now, I'll just want to thank you for your time. Wish you all the best for your season. And
Thank you very much. Yeah, I wish you guys the best as well, and hopefully this whole COVID thing goes away soon, and everybody can go back to their regular seasons and playing. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Looking forward to keeping in touch with you guys, and good luck to you guys as well.
yeah, thank you very much, Coach. Have a nice day.
All
And
right, you
talk to
two
you
guys, take
soon.
care.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.